Hey! Greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So, today we could be going to hell. It could be the day Bisto Yeti gets cancelled because we're looking at big Firebird toys Nicey. So this is the first product from Big Firebird. Well, it could be the first product. So it's definitely the first in the realm of third-party-ish Transformers, because this is not Arcee. It is definitely not Arcee. It was going to be definitely not be Arcee, but now it's definitely not Arcee. Basically, it was originally going to come with a Arcee-like head sculpt, and kind of they bottled it at the last and just released it with their own particular stylings of a head that was going to come with it anyway. That is definitely not Arcee, rather than that could be Arcee. She's a car. Look at this. It's a you can see it's a pink car with white bits. Colours, man. Yeah, but this particular it's got this particular pearlescent quality to the white and this metallic pink. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is probably one of the best future car modes that I've seen, and that's not Arcee. Nicey. This is the best car mode I've seen Nicey ever had. It's, I don't know, I like the kind of teal translucence really kind of stand out, pop out from the pearlescence and metallic pink. Especially, like, I don't know, the front of that car, does that remind anyone else of the Transformers Prime Sharkticon Megatron? The space, like, manta ray mode that he had? Yeah, there's something very kind of manta ray, stingray about that. It could be a car driven by whatever the woman in Thunderbirds was called. Not Penelope Pitstop. I always think she's called Penelope Pitstop or Miss Moneypenny, but it's not. It's somewhere in between those. Let me know in the comments below. I know I can remember the butler or chauffeur was called Parker, but I can't remember her name. It seems like something maybe she'd drive around in. And yeah, it rolls really well. There's a whole lot of robot stuff under the bottom. It's got some nice tyres. Again, they've got the pink rims on them, even though you can hardly see them. Everything pegs in okay. There's tons of accessories that don't interact in this mode. We only use them in slight bits in the other mode, in the robot mode as well, which we'll get to, I suppose. I'm doing it car to robot because even though the set transformation is fairly simple, there's a lot of kind of like, there's a very specific order you need to get it into car mode to make the tab into place. But it's very similar kind of to a lot of, even though this is definitely not Arcee, it's very similar to a lot of Arcee kind of transformations, especially the Generations toy. But it does involve some parts forming. Well, I suppose you could not parts form, but we're going to parts form. So we're going to start off. We're going to move these here. We've got unpeg these bits. Should have got a sponger here in case bits are a bit tight. And we're just going to take that bit off and just put it to the side for now. So we have that. Then we're going to unpeg these legs, move them down like so. Twist them round, push them up into place. Twist them round, push them up into place. Move the feet round, and the feet now just need to pull out the heels a bit on these legs. like so. So that's the bottom half pretty much transformed. So this part is basically a case of unpegging bits. So there's some tabs and pegs here, so that's tabbed in that way, that we remove and then unpeg like so. Then we're going to get all this on camera because it's quite a long transformation, you know. You're kind of stretching around here. So unpeg the arms from the bottom of the car mode, and we'll take the arms and pull them out to around here. And then we want to concertina this entire bit here, so the chest gets up to plug in around the arms. So that plugs in there, and then we're pretty much, that's pretty much transformed. We just need to kind of figure out what we're doing with all this stuff on our back. So just move that flap down and move this down. Oh, we completely unpegged it. It does do that. There's a feature. Let's just peg it back in. For now, I like to get these tyres, flip those down, and kind of do like to swing it round to make it some kind of bit more wingy. And then twist the head all the way around. And there we have Nicey in her robot mode. Yeah, it's certainly a thing. Where do we start? Is this start by making sure it's all plugged in solidly. So this is the head sculpt they've given her. Stuff on the elbow here. Yeah, so this is very much their own thing. I think Big Firebird, with a lot of problems some third-party companies have had, like Zeta with their Unicron thing, and then the entire like Jimbao kind of knockoff stuff. I think they've got a lot of other stuff in development that's their own property, their own intellectual property. So I think they've kind of just went, you know what, let's just make our own thing and just put this head on and not go with Arcee, which is fine. But I just think the timing was a little bit off on that, because it was only like 3 weeks or so from the actual release date of the figure that it actually was finalised that she was only coming with this style of head. But there you go, she's not Arcee. Head, there's a ball joint at the neck, at the base of the neck, and a up and down like square swivel at the head, because I mean the head does pop off quite easily. It's just like a oval shape, so it doesn't spin around at the top of the head, but it does at the neck, and she can nod up and down and also get a bit of wiggle waggle with that ball joint right at the base of her neck. The shoulders, got a nice sturdy joint here to go up and down. You can move this armour around a bit if you want. There's a bicep swivel, there's a elbow bend, doesn't quite give you the full range that a double elbow would give, and the hands are on ball joints. So they've opted to give it replacement hands rather than articulated hands, which I think that's the way for me. That's the better way for me. And they're like, there's all kinds of kind of, they give me some Alex Milne feels, the actual hand sculpts on them, which is great. The top of the torso here, there's a ball joint, so you've got plenty of wiggle waggle there. At the hips, there's a drop down, give it some extra movement, but you know, you can give us some high kicks. It'll tend to start moving to the side if you do that, but you know, high kicks up there, back to there, out the full shebang. Yeah, let's say that flicks into place. There's a thigh rotation. The knees. This is worth the price of admission in my mind. So double jointed knees, they're quite stiff. Let's just see if we can just see those pistons on both sides. That piston action, that is what really kind of as a fan of Transformers and Transformer robots, anything that's got a piston in is solid. That's solid gold for me. Again, there's a nice bit of foot movement that goes up and down, as well as some side waggle. You can kind of move the heels, but you want them like moved out, not quite as far as possible, but you want that good foundation there, because obviously a lot of times characters with heels, they don't stand up too well, but because it's just so far apart, the heel and the toe, like these are some proper like zombie stomping new rocks here. It gives her a good, you know, plantation to stand up, and you know, it gives her a good foundation. Even that's the word I'm looking for, to stand up and make some great poses. So there's that. Absolutely great. So yeah, she does have some swap out hands and other stuff. Let's get in here. So we get this secondary head, which the head sculpt is exactly the same, which has got like a cat kind of cat sticking out its tongue, mouth on there. That's what you want. I think it's a shame, like I say, because they ditched the Arcee head. I think it would have been nice if the alternate head would have been a bit different, maybe something a bit more helmety, with a visor and a face mask or something like that, rather than them both having that like stylized metallic robot hair thing going on. It would have been nice if there was like an alternative sculpt that was completely different. Again, not like Arcee, but different. So she has some fists, trigger hands, like a thumbs up hand for the right hand, and a more very similar but with thumb more in hand gesturing hand than that hand, so it's very similar but slightly different. So the hands pop off like so. So we're going to put on trigger hand on this hand, but first, before we do that, at the bottom of this section here, we do have a weapon stored away, a pistol. So we can take a pistol out. So what we want to do is divide that pink bit and the white bit, get the trigger hand over the pistol, and then plug it back together. So then we can pop that in, and she can wield the pistol very well. Again, you know, I think a lot of things when they have the slots and, you know, pegs and ports and stuff like that can lead to not holding accessories very well. I think this is a solution to that, but obviously as long as you play the hands right, because I mean, we have a sword here. I'm not sure if the sword is a bit too magical girl for my liking, but again, we can put the thumbs up hand in there, and then kind of slot the sword into place, which doesn't quite hold the sword as well as I'd like. Obviously I'm saying that now, so I should hold it perfectly. So we have that. We can get this back of the car. I mean, we can plug it back here to add to the you know, to exactly where it was during transformation. So we could have kept it in place there to add to the entire package back here. And if we ignore the phone that's ringing, because we're doing that there, you can plug it onto a hand or onto her elbow as a shield, should you wish. Don't know if that means it also. They're not. It's not. It looks more like it's going to be about 3mm or something like that. So it's not a 5mm pegs and ports. So we can't start adding weaponizers to her, which is a shame. And yeah. So that's the weapons that she comes with. You can also, we've not done this yet, so this will be a first time. Let's say remove this section of kibble, and this goes like so, and there's an adapter here that plugs in somewhere. Let's see. Is that? Not sure it plugs in to here. Sorry, I'm not showing you anything here. If only we'd done being sensible and had the instruction with us. That would be clever, wouldn't it? So this is supposed to do something with this, and then you can kind of make a handle to hold a bow and arrow. We're not entirely sure how that's supposed to happen. So for now, just imagine that this is a bow and this is an arrow, like so, that you can fire. Yeah. Sometimes about doing raw reviews and giving first impressions is you can fuck things up. So that is pretty much most of her hands and accessories. It does come with a spur chest that's got like a rubberized section, so if you want to plug that in and squeeze it, you can do, but not on my toy. Yeah, not my copy. Leave your hands alone, because that kind of, that's the one thing that I could upsell this as being a very classy figure, very mature figure. It's stylized, it's burlesque, it's pin-up. There's a lot of, you know, great things about this that I think you need to, you know, take a stance and take a look at what you see as the difference between something being sexualized and something being sexist. They're not necessarily the same thing. This is a classy, mature product, but then they put it with some squishy breasts, and it kind of you kind of then lose those arguments, don't you? So yeah, that's if that's you, knock yourself out. Personally, I like the entire pin-up burlesque kind of look to this figure, and yeah, they've done a cracking job. You know, the fittings and fixtures, the plastic, the materials, everything about this is absolutely solid. They've done a really good job, especially if it is one of the first products, or at least first transforming robot products out of the gate. They have done a excellent job. It just might not be to everyone's tastes. I mean, it's worth pointing in mind that these joints here, like the knees and the top of the shoulders, are metal joints as well, so they're going to be very sturdy, very fitting. It's part of, I think, a very professionally done, packaged. Like I say, it's not for everyone. I know a lot of people disagree with it, and that's fine. We're allowed to disagree and converse sensibly. So if you want to have a discussion in the comments below, feel free, but no insulting anyone else in the comments, no derogatory language, and just be excellent to each other. Well, we'll not go to the outro just yet. Let's just, because you might want to see some size comparisons, might you? So, oh, here we are. Where are you? Here she is, next to the classic G.I. Joe scale, Zanzibar. Here she is, next to the current Marvel Legends scale, Shatterstar, who was thrown under a bus in Deadpool 2. Quite frankly, Deadpool 2 owes Shatterstar a fucking apology. And here she is, next to your standard Siege class, Deluxe class, Autobot, Sideswipe. He's got some blast effects on him at the moment. But there you go. I'm really impressed with everything about this. I do think my enjoyment level would be taken a little bit up if it did have that head that was shown, that looked Arcee like. But I'm quite happy having a robot that isn't definitely not, completely not Arcee. It's just a robot that turns into a similar looking car. But on that note, like I say before, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes, because we deserve it. Let's bump the fish, shall we? Bisto! Bisto!